Hello, hi, welcome back to just the Apex. No, John Todd's not around. Okay, no F1. Okay, we can't talk about that. Apparently, that's not okay. It's apparently illegal to talk about F1 on an F1 channel. It's just wrong. So anytime I'm referring to F1, we're just gonna say one F just to really bug them. Come on, guys. So, welcome back to, oh gosh, this season's almost over. What on earth are we possibly going to do with ourselves for 3 months without one F? I really just don't know. We're going to have to wait until March for 2021, but I hope you guys are all doing well wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to do a video on something I have wanted to talk about for a long time because it's something I've had lots of passion about ever since it was implemented into the sport, and that is the halo, the thing that is one of the most polarizing parts of the sport over the last few years. I have some hot takes on it, and I hope you guys are here to enjoy the ride and probably hate me by the end of this video, but that's okay because I'm used to it. And of course, I am aware that a lot of folks, maybe even watching this video, haven't experienced or watched the cars without halos on them because they're new fans of the sport. The big reason for this is because Drive to Survive came out the exact same year that the halo was implemented, so those fans haven't watched the sport without the halo before, and that's fine. But the reason the halo was brought in was because of a fatal crash involving Mana Marussia driver Jules Bianchi back in 2014. His car went off the track in Suzuka, and if you need to know, you can look it up. I'm not going to go into detail about it now. But it was a fatal accident. It was the last fatal accident in Formula One. Thank goodness that didn't change last Sunday. But that is the reason that the halo was implemented onto 1F cars. And it was a very necessary change. In my opinion, it took a bit too long for that to happen because it was a 4-year gap between Jules' death and the implementation of the halo in 2018. And just to add on to that, the nature of Jules' crash, the halo would have likely significantly increased the chances of him living through that crash. It was very brutal. I don't think it would have completely saved him. I think he still would have been injured from it, but we might still have him here today, and that's why the halo was implemented for the 2018 season. And the halo design itself brought with it lots of controversy, and rightfully so. It is a big change to the way Formula One cars look philosophically, and it basically makes them look like extremely aerodynamic flip-flops. And a lot of people were not a fan of the halo. Even some drivers like Sebastian Vettel and Romain Grosjean himself spoke out against the halo, saying this isn't what Formula One is supposed to be. What's next? You're going to put us into an enclosed cockpit. But I personally erred on the side of I don't care what it looks like. As long as it saves someone's life one day, that's all that matters to me. And like I've mentioned in Will's podcast, I'll be sure to link that in the card up above, but I've grown accustomed to seeing Halo at this point. I honestly kind of like the way the cars look with it, and it's kind of just been deleted from my brain. Kind of like the notch on the iPhone 10 when that first got released. That big bar on the top of your screen. Yeah, it looked really dumb for about 2 weeks, but after that, you just kind of forget about it. And don't get me wrong here, I do completely understand why a lot of people did not like the Halo when it was first implemented. It is a massive change in the way 1F cars looked. But some of the other designs they had for possible fixes to the problem were a lot worse and just not very good. The only good one was the aero screen, but the only racing series that's been able to make that work is IndyCar. And you take a look at the aero screen in IndyCar. You've got the screen plus the halo. That's going to be a no from me, Chief. Now, sure, if they can find a way to make the aero screen work and make it as safe as the halo, I am fully on game with that. As long as you don't have to have that middle column in the middle of the aero screen, I think it is a much sleeker and better looking design. And I do believe that the halo is going to evolve over the years. It's not going to always look like this. Just look at the early implementations of the rear wing back in the 70s. They don't still look like that. If they did, it'd be kind of cool actually, but they don't look like that anymore. Things in this sport tend to evolve over time. It takes a bit of time for the onions and the peppers to simmer a bit, and then we get what they look like now. And the 1F YouTube channel actually put out a video themselves explaining how the halo works and what went into designing it and building it and why it's being implemented all the way back when it was first introduced. And they mention in that video that this 7-kilogram hunk of steel can hold up the weight of a London double-decker bus. Like, take everything, all the controversy out of it. That's just kind of cool that they were able to even do that. And that is just a testament to how strong this thing is. And the first test of the Halo came in the very first season that it was implemented in, back in 2018 with Charles Leclerc in his rookie season around Spa. Going into turn 1 on the opening lap, Fernando Alonso just yeeting his car over the Monegasque driver. It was a very scary incident, and the pictures afterwards show the rear tire left significant damage to the ring of the halo of Charles Leclerc's car. And whether you're in the camp of it would have hurt him, that would have significantly given him a concussion or significant head injury, or it wouldn't have hit his head, I don't want to find out if it would have. I would rather have it there and him be okay than to not have it and test and see if it hurts him. That's kind of a morbid way of looking at it. This is going to be a recurring theme for the rest of this video. The second instance of the Halo being tested was 2019 Abu Dhabi, where Nico Hulkenburg, we miss you, by the way, Nico, just come back, please, we really miss you. Anyways, his Renault flipped over in Abu Dhabi, and whether that would have hurt him or given him brain injury or whatever would have happened, again, I don't want to find out what would have happened if it wasn't there, because why would we want to lose Nico Hulkenburg? You are a very mean person if you think Nico Hulkenburg deserved to not have the Halo in that incident. Now those two examples, I know, it can go either way as to whether or not the Halo would have saved injury or death. But then we come to 2020 Bahrain, and I'm going to be very gentle and light with how I cover this, because I know it was a very emotional incident for what happened. I was shocked. I know all of you were shocked. I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but that incident, if that Halo wasn't there, there have been so many videos showing off how it would have gone if Romain Grosjean did not have that Halo. And I don't think we would have him today. I genuinely think there was no chance of him surviving that crash if that Halo wasn't there to snowplow the barrier out of the way. And as I mentioned earlier in this very video, Romain Grosjean was against the Halo when it was first implemented, and it just saved his life. I don't think there's a better way to put it other than that. He is completely pro Halo as of now. I don't see any reason anymore for anyone to complain about the Halo, because it has officially done its job. There's no more controversy over, oh, would it have saved him? Oh, wouldn't have, maybe not. Genuinely, this would have killed him if it wasn't there. The conversation is over. I shouldn't have to make one of these videos ever again in the future. The Halo has done its job, and we thank it for it, because even though Roman's leaving the sport, he's a great personality, and it would have been an absolute shame to lose him. All right, so there it is. There are my thoughts on the Halo being in 1F, why I think it deserves to be here now and deserves to be evolved in the future, because not only did Romain keep his life after that accident, we also get the FIA investigating this incident and learning how to make the cars even safer for years to come. So maybe in the future someone is in a more severe crash than Romain and also gets to survive because of the safety and investigation that goes on after this crash. But thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it as much as I did making it. Feel free to lick the stamp, send that subscribe button down below, drop a like if you really liked it, and don't miss the apex. Peace.